Hello, people. Hi, hi, hi. So I was talking about domestic violence last time, and I was going to. I did it in parts. I told you it would be in parts. So today's part is going to be about, I think, the root cause of domestic violence, or let's just say the root cause for men. Why. Now, this is my opinion. Like I said, just from what I gather, from what I have noticed, or from experience I've seen, stories I've heard, why I think that a lot of men are quick to beat up their wives and their girlfriends. Now, I live in Nigeria, of course. We're Nigerians, and this is from a Nigerian point of view, or maybe African, or let me just say Nigerian, since that's what I'm really about. So, for the men, in the Nigerian culture and in Nigerian society, somehow it's okay for the older ones to spank their younger ones. You have older brothers who, at some point throughout a period or within a certain age group or age limit, the older ones are permitted to spank their younger ones and then or fight each other. Sure, when you think somebody is doing something that you don't like or is not right, in quote, you brush the person. The boys find brothers brushing their sisters. After a while, they get to a point, the girl starts to have visitors that guys, and then the brother doesn't like it, and you find him beating his sister, or and stuff like that. His cousin or whatever younger girl is in the house, he just thinks it's his duty to be beating everybody up and down as a form of training. Parents kind of give them the authority, or they permit them. It's almost like a written rule that the older person is permitted to beat, even in a situation where the firstborn perhaps is a girl, and then secondborn is a guy, and then the other girls afterwards and guys. You see that somehow the role of spanking the younger ones falls on the second born. If there's a beating that has to get down, find out that it's the guy that is doing the beating. It's very quick. You come to a house where somebody is doing wrong, where maybe children have left the house for a long time, and they come back, maybe they're visiting their parents, and there's some cousins or relatives that live in the house, and they do something wrong. You notice that it's the guys once they just come, and the mother just says, "Hey, this is what this person has been doing," and they start to narrate issues that this so-called younger relative has been doing. You find that the guys will just come and just brush the person and rush. Why? They're so quick to take on the role of discipline. Yeah, disciplinarian. Please, I'm sorry. I don't know. My tongue wouldn't just say it right. But whatever, Sha. They feel like it's their role to discipline everybody. To discipline as much. They're quick. I don't know that men don't have things to say. They're so quick to just move their hands, ready to beat somebody into shape. Now, I have a sister. As a guy, I have a sister that I love so much. She's my blood, yeah? I grew up with her. I beat her when she does something wrong. And then we grew up, even to some certain level. I still beat her. After a while, I just stop beating her because I noticed she's a woman and blah blah blah. But I used to beat her even without the love I had for her, because I wanted to correct her. It was permitted. My parents permitted me to. I was trained. I thought it was my role to do it. Then I now get married to some girl who is like my younger sister as well. Well, she might be my age mate, or she might be just as young as my younger sister. And then she starts to misbehave. I mean, who draws the line here? I love you too now. As a wife, he also loves the wife. Now, what is the difference? Why would he not beat his wife if she does anything wrong? Because he used to beat his sister, who he loves so much. He's not beating her out of hatred. He's beating her to wants to beat her into conforming into who he thinks she's supposed to be. I think it's just some kind of wiring, and it's wrong that the Nigerian parents have put in children or siblings, where you think that the older person has a right to flog the other person or beat, or beat the other person into submission because parents are tired of training and they don't want to do it themselves. They leave the role for the older ones to beat the other ones into submission. Those things, you don't spend your childhood beating your younger ones into submission and just think that you're going to get yourself out of it when you get married. You actually grew up doing it, and you assumed or subconsciously believe that what you're doing is right. Excuse me, it might be for a good cause. I'm not totally against, I don't even know if I'm against or for it. This is just my opinion on why I think some guys are very quick to beat women in general. If your parents already permit you to train your sisters or beat them into submission or into doing the right things, I mean, I honestly don't see what's stopping a guy from beating his wife into doing the right thing. I mean, you marry a woman who's from a different background, who doesn't think the same way you think. She's not your sister, who wasn't trained by your mom, and she starts to do things that you consider to be utterly stupid. And you're wondering why in heaven's name can she not see that this is supposed to be the right thing, and you're so upset and you just want to beat her and just smack her beat her up into conforming, and it's not funny. It's really not funny. But I'm trying to analyze it, because you see some decent men, they just can't help it. They just start to beat because to them that's a way of showing love. I'm doing it because you've done wrong and I want to let you know that I'm not happy with you, so I have to beat you to show you that I'm not happy, sorry, I'm upset. I have to beat you to let you know that what you did wasn't right. I have to beat you to let you know that what you did was not acceptable and I don't want it to happen again. You know how they say to spare the rod and spoil the child. Well, sometimes they just look at their wives as children or whatever. Anyway, I think if we want to tackle this case of domestic violence, and it doesn't necessarily mean doesn't just end in domestic, like your wives and girlfriends and all that, domestic violence, just men in general beating women. If parents can start to tackle the idea of brothers, siblings beating one another, you're not allowed to beat your sibling, even if you want to teach the person some kind of form of respect. How about punishment? Oh, your older brother is permitted to ask you to squat and fly your arms, or your older brother is permitted to ask you to pick pin, or your older brother is permitted to ask you to do certain things, certain punishments, as opposed to physical aggression, physical, exchanging blows and all that. I think it would go a long way. But then again, I'm not a counselor. I don't know anything about training children. But from my own point of view, from my own understanding, this is somehow the basis. This is somehow it's a point. It's an opportunity. It's what's the word? It's one of the. This is where guys or men in general. This is where the line is crossed, where you don't know whether to beat somebody or not. Why would you even beat a woman? Now, if I grow up beating my younger sister, I don't see any reason why I cannot beat any other woman. I can't love anybody more than I love my sister. Well, in quote. The point is that your sister is actually the closest person to you until you get married or you find the love of your life or whatever. But you love your sister and you beat her and she does something wrong. So why would you not beat your girlfriend or your wife? It doesn't stop you from loving them. After all, that's how you were brought up. That's what you know. So I don't know if there's a way that parents can start to tackle this thing. Stop children from beating one another, especially brothers beating sisters. There should be a line drawn. Don't ever touch your sister for no reason whatsoever. She might be younger than you, older than you. If you can't talk to the person, then you can punish, and you set rules and kinds of punishments that are permitted or allowed to be whatever between siblings. Anyway, this is just me trying to look for a solution for all this domestic violence. I hope I made some sense. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening. I please, guys, don't forget to like and drop your comments. And I guess there'll be one more part to this domestic violence. So just tune in and listen, please. Thank you. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And tell your friends, let people know about my channel. It's 80s Kid. Thank you so much, guys.